Hold marks.
Your pleasure.
Whoa. Pleasure. I thought it was leisure.
Pleasure. Oh, it's whatever you
You
want
know,
it to be, baby.
as I'm stressing because the shorts feed is not working. What's going on, people? Fame Entertainment from LV1 Gaming.com. Congratulations, you guys leveled up to 288. This is the double XP podcast. Shorts feed. Why is it not up? I don't understand what's going on with it. It's not live. I mean, it's say we live, but it's
OG
not
on
live.
top.
Apparently. Oh no, it's live. Ah! The short feed up and running. Listen, I was panicking for a moment. So let me reset this, okay? What's going on, people? Fame Entertainment from LV1 Gaming.com. And congratulations, you guys leveled up to 288. This is the double XP podcast. It is Wednesday, April 24th, 2024. And for the channel members, if you guys are new, if you're becoming a channel member, or if you are a channel member, the new emotes are live. And some people have been asking for the new emotes. Ace is upside down. We have a lot to talk about. Oddly enough, there's a lot of controversy about the hard R. We have the hard R with us tonight. We might be Helldivers fighting for democracy. I think Ace is in the upside down. And so on and so forth. But with that being said, introductions are on the way. First up, my right hand, man, the floor hugger with the hardest of Stellar Blade R's. What's going on, sis?
What's going on, y'all? I loved your video about it. Please go check it out on TikTok. And check out all of our shorts and stuff, because Fame, he's got a sense of comedy that nobody else does. And I was like, they've been listening, Fame. People listening, and they just decide to put it in the game. They listen in every Wednesday. They tune in to hear you say the hardest of ours.
I think that's what it is too. I take credit, all the credit.
Do it. If nobody else gonna do it, you do it, baby.
They say, where Fame go? I'm back. Next up, if your emails is popping, your DMs is full, that's because the communication director level one trying to get a hold of you, baby. Continue the introductions. Baron J67, what's going on, Chief?
What's going on, everyone? You know what? Life is good. We're out here hard R-ing, just being a pirate as much as we can. A lot of games to play. A lot of gaming. But I gotta say, I gotta take this moment, and I gotta say, just thank you, Fame, these emotes, because that hugger emote is real.
That hugger emote is God tier. I'm gonna do Bordy's today. I just got hers. That hugger emote is God tier.
Yeah.
He went off. He said, "Yes, God."
Yeah, hard R.
And you know he did that by hand, because my boy still using firework. So
I actually left like a year ago.
Oh yeah, you have moved up now.
What is he on camp now?
Listen, my old man brain can only do so much. It can only do so much.
That's amazing, Fame.
No, this actually looks dope. I know mine wouldn't have looked that good. Is that Asa?
Asa trying to give us a lap camera when he still ain't got no audio?
No, I got.
Wait, there you go. Hey.
It sounds like he on his phone. Is he on his phone? Is that what's happening?
Yeah,
yeah,
I am. Listen, I'm on a borrowed Chromebook, because if anybody follows me on social media, my computer died. So all my break, I got this borrowed Chromebook right now. And I swear, I just did another podcast a few days ago, and Discord was working fine. Now it's like your mic, your camera. We don't want it. We
want you. So we're glad you're here.
Well, I'm gonna keep working to make it better.
Oh, damn.
Why he bringing the camera down lower like that's what we want to see? This is not. This is not our OnlyFans page, Asa.
What you want from me?
This is exactly how Asa looked on WWE Raw. Like it was this right here.
That's right.
Hey, where's the bluey shirt, bro? That's the most famous part now.
Hey, that bluey shirt is being cleaned right now. It is sweaty.
You guys know how we started the show talking about Stellar Blade's hard R, the opposite of the hard R. Johnny, what's going on, brother?
Oh,
That's me. Welcome back. I've intruded on another episode. Great to be back. So glad I've not been kicked out from the show yet. Can we get it? Can we
DEI,
get it done
baby.
in this next segment? Let's find out.
oh
Nah,
God!
man.
Next time
Gotta,
on
gotta get
Dragon
that. Gotta get
Ball
that DEI. You know what I'm saying? You know what we gotta do around here, Johnny.
Oh my God!
Next
Oh,
up,
no.
DALLAZ. He's not there.
Man,
Oh.
yeah, hey, hi, guys, how are you? Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share with all your friends, so you know anytime we go live, you gotta hit that bell and all the other YouTube stuff, because if not, the
so
YouTube
out.
guys will strike us all down. And if you can't tell, I am dog freaking tired, so I'm gonna need like every time these weirdos to get me on a nerd rant to wake me up. I guarantee it's gonna happen.
Bet.
That being said, it's good to see y'all, man. I don't know why I always feel like it's been a long ass time, but let's get it going.
Hey, it's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you.
Without a dope beat to step to.
See, I can always count on Dallas to get that right. But listen, last but not least, borderline ENT, the homie that Baron didn't invite, but Fame did. Hey, so what's going on, brother?
Oh, I mean, I think we know what's going on with me right now. I'm trying to get this computer to work, but I mean, I'm playing all the games, still trying to get that job. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean. I'm doing what I can. But no, I'm enjoying some Stellar Blade. I'm excited to talk about that tonight. Helldivers, of course. Dragon's Dogma 2, and a bunch of other stuff. There's too many games right now. There's too many games right now. That's a good problem to have.
But listen, we gonna speak on games. We're gonna jump right into it, right? If you guys are watching the podcast, please hit the like button and share the stream out. Let people know we are live, because that helps us out a whole bunch. If you want to rock with the new spectacular emotes, please hit that membership button if you want to support the clan. The group, the people. That didn't come out how it was supposed to
during an election.
That's crazy. That's crazy talk right there.
All these minorities, that's what you come out with.
That's some wicked. That's some wicked stuff right there.
A little too long.
That left me speechless, fam.
My
God.
bad.
How do we recover from?
We do not support them
unless it's Warcraft. Now let's keep going.
But listen, we're gonna jump right into it. We're talking video games, right? And Stellar Blade is already getting compared to every Xbox exclusive because it's out. We know how that happens, right? However, Sony did something interesting, and rightfully so. They went in. Look at them.
Oh, I can't be stopped. You know what I'm saying?
Sony went in and decided, hey, there's an issue that we need to patch out. So Stellar Blade had a wall, and on the wall it said hard. I mean, we're gonna jump into to some other stuff, right? About it being a Souls game, but I do want to touch on this hard R thing, right? There was a wall that said hard R. Now, mind you, this is a Korean company, and so you got to take it for its worth that the language and how things are done and seen here in North America isn't seen as seen there. But really quickly, we're not gonna touch on it long because this ain't the main topic of Stellar Blade. B, I'm gonna start with you. Your thoughts on the hard R being patched out of Stellar Blade? Is it a big deal?
Yes. Because for one, whether or not an artist put that in there as a joke or whether it was put in there as an accident, because out of all words you could have possibly put, hell, just look at synonyms for difficult. Like, it's that those are those moments where you clearly had nobody in the room, nobody who looked at this and was like, hey, that might not come off right, like trying to support the clan. But
chill.
But all seriousness though, it's just one of those moments where I think of what was that game, that Russian game that came out not too long ago, where they had like the Jigaboo cartoons and whatnot, and it was just like, it was a big shooter that was on Xbox. I forgot the name of it. The one with the robots with the fine
Atomic Heart.
There you go. Yes. Atomic Heart. Yeah, that was a really big. It was a really big issue.
Was it Atomic Heart?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The cartoons they were running old racist cartoons. Yeah. But it was just, and their whole thing was from.
But do you think this is that? It's one thing to show racist cartoon. Another one, you just so happen to have, like.
Yes, because the timing, the placement of it. Are you serious? Like, now you must have the worst luck on earth. Like, but that's
a hell of a coinky dink.
I think it was put there as a wink, and they were just hoping nobody would really see it. And an artist somewhere put it there as a joke, and it got called out. That's just it's two colors that stand out. Like, you got red and green. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's not like it was blended in. Like, nah. They definitely just got caught.
Again, we're gonna go quick on this. So, is anybody else, before we get into what we really want to talk about with Stellar Blade, anybody else got thoughts on this hard art thing? Because it's gone. Sony to give y'all a chance to counsel them.
Yeah. The only thing I want to add is, where's the Q&A? You know what I mean? Like, clearly some artist tried to be funny. Somebody tried to put in a joke, or maybe they had some tensions.
Is it me, or is that Ace?
The fact still stands is
it? So that's Ace. Ace, you coming in kind of bad, bro.
Discord is kicking your butt.
You sound like a bot.
Kidding?
I knew he was heavy on Xbox.
For real.
Go back to the phone, bro. We're here for you.
Go back to the phone.
Yeah, you can't even get that joke finished. Yeah,
no.
That's how bad that was.
No,
that comeback fell nowhere. That got lost in the matrix. We love you.
Is that better?
Oh wait, hold on.
Is it better?
Give it a shot.
Let us know.
Hell no.
It's words.
You do this one thing where it's like you rolling your R's, but it's every word that's getting rolled.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you work on that. I'm gonna let you work on that. While you do that, we are gonna shift gears, okay? I do want to talk about the aspect of this game being put out as a Souls game. Y'all know me. I hear Souls, I'm automatically out. This was a game that I was interested in from the very beginning, right? And then it started getting compared to Souls game. Well, so it's not really a Souls game. It's more like Sekiro, which I'm sorry, I consider Sekiro a Souls game, right? And then, so I've seen a lot of people say, hey, this isn't a Souls game. It's only being compared to Souls games because of certain things here and there. Some people say, oh, it's a Souls game because you get hit one time, lose all your health, the difficulty. I didn't play the demo. I was going to go buy the game, but I'm a little bit put off by the notion that it can be considered a Souls game. Baron, I'm going to jump back to you, and I apologize. But seeing as someone that I know on this panel, I know definitely has played, you played the Elden Rings, you played Souls games. And I'm seeing some comments in the chat already. In chat, let me know what you guys think. Is this a Souls-like? Is this a Souls game?
He said Sekiro is a Souls-like. That's, I guess. But Sekiro Souls game. Okay. Sure. You parry your life away and you get killed in 3 hits and you can fall off. Souls. No, I'm just playing. That it doesn't make a Souls game. Just quote that. But
Souls are just a branch off of RPGs because you have skill trees and all that. It's just a specialized category of an RPG.
I don't want to say that, but yeah. Okay, no, you're right. It's definitely a specialized niche version. It's that all corner. You're absolutely right. I agree 1000%. So in saying that, I don't, from what I've seen of Stellar Blade, because I haven't played it, I haven't played the demo either. I'm probably not gonna play it. for no reason. I just doesn't look like a thing I want to play. Because when I see it, all I see is like Devil May Cry, and if y'all know, I don't like those games.
You don't.
Like when I see that, that's what that looks like. And it fails Baron's eye test. But people out there who play Souls games like heavy, like Air Cuts for the Win, like Keith over at Outer Haven, like I haven't seen these people give it the label, so I'm gonna go ahead and side with them and say there's no way that the Souls game. A character action, that's there you go. I like that. And from what I can see of this, is there even stats to improve?
It's
a good question.
Does anybody know? Like anybody in the chat?
I believe it does have a
thumbs up slowly. If thumbs up slowly if there's stats in the game. Okay, so there's stats in the it's definitely not a soul. Like if you're not boosting your endurance or your weight capacity, it's definitely not a soul.
Asa, have you played Stellar Blade yet?
Thumbs up slowly.
You're talking, but we can't hear you, boss.
Thumbs up slowly.
He ain't got to go up slowly. You look fine. We just can't hear you. You got no audio. He's steady talking like we hear what he's saying. That's crazy. Yeah, that's wicked work right there, boss. Okay, let me ask you this then. What is a Souls game? Like, what is a Souls game? Because I'm hearing not a Souls, is a Souls. It has RPG elements, so it's like, what is a Souls game?
Whatever Erica and Keith say, hey, that's a Soulsborne. Because they're the experts in the genre. And I go,
okay. So in my head, things that are needed to be a Souls-like. You need to have bonfire. So you don't have a save. You don't have open saves. You have checkpoints that you can go back. So bonfires, save points. You need to have, you need to have frames. I need to be able to dodge any and every attack. Just a matter of being fast enough and or having enough skill points. I need to be able to parry. I need to be able to block. My healing needs to be tagged to a button that has a limited amount of resources, limited amount of uses. Examples like that are being thrown out. Lies of P. I see Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. Oddly enough, yes, those have a very heavy Souls-like feel. You will get sent back to a checkpoint. You will go through a mission and get whomped on by the ability to be absolutely destroyed by a basic enemy. A basic enemy is like a skeleton.
It's insulting.
A skeleton being able to send you to the Shadow Realm is the most that absolutely needs to be there, because if you cannot be killed by a basic entry level enemy, then I automatically feel like you are not in that Souls-like category. Like if you can just breeze through the first level without loot, without dying twice, in my opinion, that's a no-go. But these are just rough.
No hack and slash.
Hack and slash. No, you need to have stamina. You need to be punished for pressing a button too many times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, hey, Cal, hey, Cal, Cal, go put it on. What is it, Jedi Master? Cal, in the chat, go put it on Jedi Master and come back and talk to us.
Don't do that to yourself.
Yeah, because they definitely put that there for people who are twisted in the head and enjoy Souls.
Okay, Baron, can I jump in?
Yeah, correct me, because I feel like I'm completely wrong.
Because I played Stellar Blade.
Talk to me.
I played Stellar Blade. And I might need you to go back and kind of like list off the things that you consider to be a Souls-like, or Soulsborne, whatever you want to call it. I think it is. But
okay.
The way that I think that Stellar Blade
is a Souls-like.
I think it is a Souls-like, but in the same way that Jedi is a Souls-like. Because Jedi does things differently that traditional Souls games just don't do. And this is one of those things. I think it takes some of those core mechanics, those core ideas of a Souls-like. It has the bonfires, lampposts. Mm-hmm. It has them. The enemies that if you if you get too cocky and you're coming up on just some enemies out in the, and that happened to me when I was playing. If you come up on some enemies just kind of out in the place, not a boss or anything, they can beat you up real bad. Bosses will one-shot you. I just uploaded a clip today on TikTok. Go check me out on TikTok. Of me playing Stellar Blade, fighting one of the bosses. Like, the same thing happened to me in Jedi, where I was playing the game and I didn't think that it was a Souls-like. I was just thinking it's a Star Wars game. And then I was just kind of jumping and hacking and slashing and not taking that careful approach that you do with a Souls-like game, where it's kind of like that chess move, take your time. You have to do that. You have to do that in Stellar Blade, or you're going to get destroyed. Now, the one thing that I think really sets it apart, obviously the story, that's one thing. The way that it kind of like drives you forward is another thing. But it has a combo system similar to, you know, a Devil May Cry or a fighting game or something like that. The way that you are upgrading your stats, it's more skill tree based than it is in other Souls games. But you still have those, like, hey, I'm going to increase my ability to dodge, or like, I'm going to be able to carry more things. You know, you hit up on the D-pad and you have a limited amount of heals that you pop that heal real quick. You know, you go to, it's you know, it's not a bonfire, but you go to a little kiosk thing and you can rest. But when you rest, it regenerates all of the enemies in the area. So it has all of the, like, the small little tendencies that make it a Souls-like game. Because the people, I mean, I understand why some people say it's not, you know, those are the purists, but I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can take exactly what a Souls game is and say that if it doesn't meet this to a T, then it is not a Souls-like game. Because there are just so many different games that, yeah, there's a lot of elements that go into it.
That's,
you know, because I think Sekiro is a Souls-like, but it does its own spin on it. You know, Lies of P, Mortal Shell, The Surge, like all those games.
Because Mortal Shell was extremely different. Like, it didn't even
Extremely
have a block.
different.
It didn't have a block system, right?
And no, it had to like harden your shell. Yeah. So, but it was still a Souls-like, but it kind of did things its own way. And for those of you who are at PAX, you know, shout out to, you know, everyone who was at PAX. If you got to play Deathbound, is a new Souls-like game.
For sure.
Yeah, that's a Souls-like 1000.
Yes, and I got to play a bunch of Deathbound, but it also deviates from the formula enough to make it its own thing, but it still has those core elements that really makes it feel like a Souls-like. So, you know, I jumped in on Twitter fame when you put that on there, and I saw Keith jumped in there. You know, like everybody's opinion is their opinion, but I'm going to tell you, it's a Souls-like. It is. It doesn't, like I said, does its own thing, but it is. It's a Souls-like.
Hearing you describe like the resetting of the world, when you have enough mechanics in there, it does fall into that Souls, in my opinion. Now, is it a Soulsborne? No. No. When I hear
this
Soulsborne,
is like roguelike and roguelite.
Oh my god! I still don't know how to explain the difference.
What's the difference?
Roguelite. There's a big difference, and it has something to do with I don't know if it's the resetting of the world or the like there's a clear difference between roguelikes and roguelites, but I'm not gonna sit because I don't know.
It just feels like there's a distinction that doesn't need to be there, because let's be honest, these games are all hard.
Yeah. Well, my worry is when I look at Stellar Blade, right, is like I said earlier, it looks more Devil May Cry than anything else. And
I'm getting like Nier Automata and like
even that, I'm good. Look,
I think both things are true. Both things are true. I get strong vibe. Like Nier Automata, I think is right on the head. Like that's exactly what I was about to say. And it's got. I think both things are true. I kind of the feeling I get from it now. Granted, I've only played so much, and my little bit of gameplay literally just came from the demo. But I get stronger character action vibes than Souls like. Like it's just that does not mean that those elements are not there, and it does not mean that those elements are not prominent. but it is its own thing. Like great, I mean, like some games live in that gray area.
Mhm.
It makes
Mhm.
sense. Like, what would you call? I can't remember the name of the team that makes these games, but what would you call Eco, Shadow of the Colossus? What genre would you call
That's
those games?
Boss Rush.
Yeah.
Think so?
I mean, if you
It
want to
is.
be technical,
But then you'd have to
Yeah.
like strip away a lot. You have to like strip it down to its like base gameplay.
Yeah,
only
of course.
elements. And that's what I mean. We have to kind of finagle it a little and have these like play all these like mental gymnastics to fit it into some. Some of those games live in that gray area. Some things really just are what they are. And I think Stellar
That's
Blade
true.
falls in that category.
And I think that's where. Yeah, no, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think that's why I brought up the Jedi comparison. Is that Jedi and Stellar Blade both kind of like they take those bare bones from a Souls game and kind of put that as the base level, and then they just build their stuff on top of it. So by the time you get to the top of the game and the actual final product, you might not be thinking it, and hence like why I would get into some of those boss battles, whether it be Stellar Blade or was Jedi, and I just got destroyed because I was just jumping in, hacking and slashing like it was Nier or like it was Devil May Cry. But it's not just solely hack and slash, and it's not just solely like a Souls like.
Y'all see me doing weird stuff. Don't judge me.
What?
You see me like
I
putting
wasn't
my
going to
hand
judge
in
you
the air?
before, but now I'm thinking about
You
it.
see me like doing weird stuff. Don't
Yeah.
judge me. And I will say this because
Without doing
again,
weird stuff.
I need to see more. I probably should have played the demo because I was about to drop 70. Like I was about to, and as soon as somebody said Souls like, I took him out. I was done, instantly done. I don't have time to be raging in video games anymore.
Oh, then you got to put that on. What do they call it? Journalism mode.
No, I don't need the games on easy. I don't want to be raging. Like somebody said, "Oh, no rest for the wicked." It's a Souls like.
It is.
Then I'm out.
It's a Souls like where you got to cook.
I would say play the demo.
Is the demo still up?
Yeah, demo's still up. And play both modes. They got a story mode, and then they've got a boss. Because, like I said, they got a skill tree. You raise your stats. So you play the story part. That's going to put you at the very beginning of the game, and your save carries over to the main game. So if you end up picking it up, you transfer that over. But then the second mode that they have after you finish that is you can go fight a boss, and then Eve herself is more upgraded. You got a lot of the extra abilities that you don't have at the start. So you've got more that you can do, but it still makes it like you'll do that boss fight and you're gonna get destroyed like right away. I mean that was me. It took me like almost 2 hours to beat that boss.
Well,
so don't let this man fool y'all. He plays Remnant. He loves the Remnant series.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
Remnant. Okay, Remnant don't count when it comes to like Fame don't like Souls games. That one doesn't count because it's the one Souls games that's good.
That what? I will say that if I ever wanted to like slowly introduce somebody into the world of Soulsborne or Souls likes, I would definitely give them like without 100%. That's the game I would have. And if you like this and you can enjoy this, slowly start jumping into other games.
Because I didn't play survival games either until Power World. And sometimes it just takes that particular game to put you onto a genre. I thought that playing Remnant would get me onto Souls games like Power World did for survival games.
It didn't.
It didn't.
The multiplayer is just so perfect.
It's perfect in every way.
If multiplayer Soulsborns and Souls likes could add in a drop in, drop out mechanic, then I think the multiplayer, I think it'll give the game so much more life. Like just think about how successful they are now, but imagine if you got that guy out there who's completely struggling with this game and has no idea what they're doing, but then you could just, hey, Helldiver style, Remnant 2 style. Send up a beacon. I need help. And somebody from the world can just jump in right then and there. Meet you at the bonfire. Like, that would make, instead of the whole summoning ritual where you got to go and find the mark on the ground and hope that person's not there to ruin your time. And, like, yeah.
Is there a Soulsborne game that does multiplayer well?
Remnant 2.
That's it? Oh, dang.
The rest of them, in my opinion, I hate it.
Did you play the Surge?
To be fair.
Oh, no.
There's
I have the Surge.
hundreds.
I did not play the Surge.
I think,
Yeah.
well, I don't think Surge 1 falls under this, but I thought Surge 2 had a good multiplayer. It's been a while, and I didn't play that much of that one.
I have the collector's edition for the Surge 2.
Surge 2 is worth playing. Straight up. It takes a lot of the problems that Surge 1 had and just removes them. Play it.
Shout out to the
There you
people
go.
who voted. They're saying in the chat that Stellar Blade is not a Souls game. It's not a Souls-like.
They don't know.
He's mad at the people. Revolution.
People don't know.
Just putting it out there. Listen, I want to continue to talk about PlayStation games. I want to talk about Helldivers, right? A game that for some reason I haven't played since I got back from PAX East. And I'm glad we got Johnny. You still fighting for democracy?
Once in a while. Like I play for the dailies now.
Oh, he turned this into an MMO.
because I don't know what it is. I just haven't went back to Helldivers. But according to Xbox Eras, apostrophe S.
Era.
Special Nick. PlayStation is in very, 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 very early preliminary talks to bring Helldivers to Xbox. This, although it is not a PlayStation studio, greetings, Spillage, though this is not a Xbox studio, it is I'm sorry, though it's not a PlayStation studio, it is a PlayStation owned IP. Other than MLB The Show, which is a PlayStation first party studio but not owned IP, this would be one of the first ever PlayStation games that they weren't strong armed into placing on Xbox. D, I'm gonna swing over to you, and I gotta ask you, how big of a deal would this be if this is true? And people like to talk crap about Special Nick. I'm gonna tell you right now. Think about your favorite PlayStation insider. Nick has more info about PlayStation than they do. He has a lot of stuff he drops that you don't realize is PlayStation like leaks or stuff like that's coming out. He's dropping it. They're getting stuff from him, right? Because he's trustworthy, right? How big of a deal would this be for PlayStation to have their first IP on Xbox? They weren't strong. Because don't get me wrong, the MLB strong on PlayStation to put the show on Xbox. They said put it on Xbox or lose the right to make the game. Which I still stand pat that one day Marvel gonna pull that shit with Insomniac. I promise you one day Marvel gonna go to Insomniac and say, "Oh, you pull Spider-Man from us in the movies. He can't be in the MCU. Fine. You want to keep making Spider-Man games? He's gonna go on Xbox." But Sony not gonna do it because they don't want to give away their money. I went to another point. But Dallas, how big of a deal would this be for PlayStation to have a IP, their IP, on Xbox?
First of all, your predictions be crazy. We not finna just like walk past that and act like you ain't just say what you said. Like,
and I mean it.
No,
the moment.
About it. Go ahead. I want.
No, I'm saying the moment, because a lot of people always get confused on what Sony does and does not own when it comes to Spider-Man. There are some people who truly believe Sony owns the Spider-Man IP right out, which they do not. Sony has movie rights. They also have show rights if the show is longer than 30 minutes, I believe. It's below 30 minutes, i.e. the Spectacular Spider-Man show that was on the Disney Channel. Sony didn't own that. Marvel had complete rights to that because it was a 30-minute show, right? So anything longer than that, Sony has the rights to it as long as they produce the content. At any point, Sony goes 4 or 5 years without making a Spider-Man film, i.e. what Universal did with not making a Hulk film, the rights automatically revert back to Marvel. So my theory, the reason why we're continue to see Spider-Man inside the MCU and why that deal's probably never going to go away, because Sony has to know at the point that you tell Marvel, F you can't have Spider-Man in the movies, they're going to say, F you no longer have exclusive rights to the video games, because that IP is making a crap ton of money, right? And if Sony was smart, even if that happens, they will continue to make the games because they can make more with them publishing the game. The Insomniac does an amazing job of Spider-Man. But I need people to stop thinking that Sony owns the IP right out. And if they ever piss Marvel off on the movie end, guaranteed Marvel going to piss them off on the video game end. But I don't foresee none of this happening because Sony and Marvel seemingly have an amazing relationship, which is why you're seeing an exclusive Wolverine game, an exclusive X-Men game, an exclusive more Spider-Man games with Venom games coming out. But that's my spiel. My fault. Go ahead.
As long as they both keep winning, it's going to keep happening. But it's crazy because that prediction in and of itself seems like something somebody would make bets on, offer to do something like eat a hat. Like that's something that, like, if you had said that back then, I bet that would have got added to the bet. I guarantee you. Somebody, because it sounds, but it's oddly sound though. It's oddly sound theory. So much so that I forgot what your question was to begin with.
Oh, my fault. My bad. Because even in the chat, no shade to you, Nisa Howard in the chat says Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man. No, they don't. Marvel owns that IP. I'm sorry. But back to the main topic. I apologize. How big of a deal would it be for Sony to have their first IP on Xbox that they weren't strong-armed into doing, like MLB The Show? I thought this was 15 minutes of fame for a second. I'm sorry.
I mean, okay, so it depends on what you mean by big deal. It depends on big deal in what way. Because, I mean, you drop a pebble in the water, it's going to ripple. It's going to be multiple effects, and it's going to happen in different areas, right? And some would matter more than others. For example, if you make that much more money, as we all know, releasing a game on another platform means bigger player base, which in a lot of ways means more money. And this is a pretty viral game. I don't know how long it'll stay that way, but people really seem to enjoy this freaking game. All the money, depending on how much more they make off of it, that's great. It'll be a big deal, very big deal, but for them. Whereas in a place like, say, Twitter, it'll still be a really big deal, just in a much different freaking way. I think it'll just like with any other. I feel like we have had a very similar conversation before. I think it depends on who we talking about. It'll be a very big deal for them. I see Xbox people lining up to play Helldivers. I don't see why not. It seems like exactly the type. You remember the Halo Infinite multiplayer hype?
Yeah, we were there.
I see
daily.
That. I see that. I wasn't playing multiplayer games like that at that time. There's very few games that brought me out of hibernation, my single player hibernation. And it took for Destiny 2 to come out, Monster Hunter World. It took games like those, right? If I wasn't so busy, if I had the time to play multiplayer games, I feel like Helldivers would have did that same exact thing. Now just imagine if I had went so long without buying it, and then boom, it's on Game Pass. Hell yeah, let's go. And I didn't spend nothing extra on it. Maybe I'll buy a couple cosmetics. Let's make me look a little fly. I can't be the only one. Can't be the only person that fits that description. I can't be the only person that's been looking at the hype and maybe had just finally come across some gameplay and decided, damn, that looked good. In that way, for Xbox gamers, yeah, I think that's also a big deal.
I guarantee you that it would be top 5 play games on Xbox almost immediately. Almost immediately. Xbox, but prior to maybe this gen, it was still known as the Dude Bro box, the shooter box, right? A lot of people say, man, they would love a Halo style game like this on Xbox, or Gear style games like this on Xbox, right? It would immediately be a mover for Xbox. There's no way it goes into Game Pass. But Asa, I want to swing to you before I go over to Johnny. Helldivers 2, it making its way over to the Xbox platform. The first, this is we see Xbox putting Sea of Thieves, Grounded, Pentiment, and these sort of older games that I mean, but other than Sea of Thieves is a big deal, whether people want to admit it or not. Sea of Thieves is one of the longer running, profitable games for Xbox. I think Baron is frozen, or he just not moving at all. Damn, you're really good at not moving, B. Sea of Thieves is a bigger deal than what people think. Right? I'll get ready to clip you. That's why. Bigger than people think. But this is an IP that is continually one of the highest played games on Steam. It is probably one of the most viral games that we've had, other than like the Fortnites and stuff. Like, it went super viral on TikTok and other places like that. How big of a deal would this be for PlayStation now to reciprocate, but not with just older titles, one of their new hotnesses?
Yeah. You mentioned Sea of Thieves. I think, the heads at Sony, they saw what Sea of Thieves was doing for Microsoft. And they're like, okay, maybe this is going to be a needle mover. Because, Sony and PlayStation, they're very strong-headed when it comes to sharing their stuff. It took forever to get games on PC. We're still looking for day and date. Like, that's still not a thing yet, but hopefully it's going to be coming soon. But, I really do think that they saw what Sea of Thieves was doing, and they're like, okay, well, we got to get a piece of that pie. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Sony doesn't buy Arrowhead first, so they own the studio, and then put it on Xbox. So that way they really lock it down, and they don't run the risk of losing it.
Oh, you mean like what was that? Swinging, sliding. It wasn't not Insomniac. Who was it? Was it?
Huh?
Oh.
This man disrespectful.
What are you talking about?
I mean,
This man disrespectful.
Sunset Overdrive? Are you being mean to Sunset Overdrive?
Is that what you're talking about?
Are you throwing shade at Sunset Overdrive?
No, what I'm saying is they don't want to watch Xbox do what they did to Xbox.
I mean, that's true. I mean, and like, look, you talk about it being like such a viral game, they have a hit on their hands. And fame, like you talk about all that stuff like Spider-Man, like Sony is in a position where Microsoft is looking like Mr. Monopoly over here. Like they're buying up everything. They're controlling everything. So I feel like right now they're trying to get their ducks in a row, make sure that they're not about to lose anything else. But they also need to be making money at the same time. So yeah, it's a huge deal. It's a huge deal. And the fanboys are going to be very upset like they always are. But I think we do see that come because it would be a perfect fit and it would be more money, but they're going to lock it down first. They're going to lock down Arrowhead and not miss out on anything else.
Johnny, I'm going to swing to you as the one person that's seemingly still playing the game, which I'm not playing it because I don't want to. I'm playing it because I ain't playing it because I'm other stuff. But is this someone who primarily plays on this game on PC? Is this a needle mover? Is this something that pushes us more towards the utopia that Xbox wants where, hey, the exclusive walls come down? Just because we remember the quotes came out from Phil Spencer, and he was wondering, hey, he was saying like this game not being on Xbox like doesn't benefit like anyone. Pretty much saying, hey, this game, there's no reason for this game not to be on Xbox. This was when the game first came out and the hype was at its all-time high. But your thoughts, Johnny?
Well, Mr. Fam, as you may remember from the last time I was... You say, whoa. Anyways, as I was saying, the last time I was here, I made my pitch for Utopia. The exclusivity should be gone from the gaming industry as a whole. But, that's just me. Why do we need to argue over plastic boxes? So all games should be on all platforms, right? So that's always been my stance. So if it came to Xbox, that would be great. Just like, Sea of Thieves can go to PlayStation too. Why not? Every game should be everywhere. That's I'm gonna die on that hill.
I don't know if I like that, Johnny.
Yeah, I think.
Why, Mr. Fam? Why do you need to oppress?
And it's not console tribalism.
Wow.
Really? It's not console tribalism. I think here and there. I think I want a reason to have something different. I want a reason to have one thing over the other. I'm not sitting there saying that I believe in tribalism. Xbox. Man, make fire and play PlayStation. I'm not saying that's what I want. What I'm saying is there needs to be a reason behind, because if that's the case, then PlayStation or Xbox will not need to shut down. Stop making the consoles.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and then furthermore, if that's the case, then Everyone just be on PC and we just get rid of consoles.
That's not strictly true. I mean, if the console wars could still continue, and I know you said it's not tribalism, but I'm just gonna say it. If the console wars need to continue, don't make it over the games. Just make it over who has better hardware. And as long as it's still cheaper than a mid-tier high-end computer, then you're still winning, right?
No.
So are you saying it's gonna be like AMD versus this, and that's what it's gonna turn into?
That's what it should be like. Why do I need to buy? If I'm a PlayStation guy, why do I need to buy another console just to play this one game? That doesn't make sense to me at all. It should be everywhere, and it should be like, I have a better console because, I don't know, it runs games better, like these computer parts do.
And that's very pro-consumer, but it's not pro-business. And that's the thing, is like, they're going to keep having these exclusives because they need to be making money to make these consoles. Because otherwise, if they do have it where games are going on, because believe you me, like, I'm all for it. Like, all games should just be everywhere so everybody's got access. But at the end of the day, like, they're not going to be making money. These consoles are so incredibly expensive to make. And I don't foresee, really them going to the AMD, versus Intel kind of thing where they're making processors. Like, that's just not going to happen.
No, perhaps not. But as Bordy McBoard says, this is the future Xbox wants. That's true.
Oh, yeah.
Because Microsoft could pivot. They don't need Xbox like Sony needs PlayStation, right? So, it would work also in the terms of pro-business. The game company, the developer studios themselves, they would be eating good if they have sales everywhere.
Yeah, Microsoft for sure. I've been saying that for years and years. Microsoft they're no longer in the traditional console game. The only reason that they're here is really just to appease us. Like, they do not care. Like, that's why they're putting Game Pass on refrigerators. Like, they're putting their games everywhere.
If it has a screen and Wi-Fi.
So why continue to sell the hardware then? Just
for you.
Yeah.
If you told me right now that I can get Game Pass and all my Xbox games on my PlayStation, I wouldn't have spent $500 on this Xbox Series X.
But it's gonna play best on theirs. You can play everywhere.
You hear that?
And is that happening right now, Asa? Because according to Digital Foundry, which I know that isn't an end-all be-all, games like Sea of Thieves and Hi-Fi Rush are looking and running better on the PS5.
Well, that's because PlayStation making better hardware right now.
I get it, and I hear y'all wholeheartedly. Right, chat. I see what y'all saying in the chat, and I get what y'all are saying. And that might be the future we're headed towards. But that sucks. Mm-hmm. I want competition. I want you to make a game that you're going to force me to buy your hardware. I'm not missing out on that game. Baron, as someone, like you were super hyped for Elden Ring, right, B?
Yeah.
Imagine Elden Ring wasn't exclusive to PlayStation. You didn't have one yet. I bet you would have bought one.
I would have bought a PS5.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Look, I'm not. Look, you're talking to a guy who basically stole his wife's phone to play Blades. Elder
Scrolls Blades.
Yeah, because my phone. Because if you guys know me, I upgrade my phone like every 5 years. So I didn't have a phone that was strong enough to play Blades, and I stole my wife's phone on the regular. She would have to come and find me to get her phone to play Blades. So you're talking to a guy who will go and get whatever's necessary in order to enjoy what he wants to play. Why was I talking about myself in third person? Weird, but I went with it. But yeah, I mean, I bought a PS. Right, thank you. I bought a PS4 to play No Man's Sky. Didn't regret it. Put mad hours into it before all the updates. What else?
But your point is you buy what you need to buy to play the games.
But check this out. On the other hand, I've been saving a crap ton of money with Game Pass.
Right. But so if Game Pass on your PlayStation, would you need your Xbox anymore?
No.
And in your opinion, is that good or bad for the industry if Xbox just it's no longer a hardware maker?
Oh, they're not going to stop making hardware. They're just not going to sell it to you like they're doing now.
But the hardware will be pointless if every game was on
my
PlayStation.
No, let me tell you this, bro. This is how I feel about it. For one, the console, it'll be a very long time before we escape console. Consoles aren't going anywhere. And I hope by me saying this, I'm not completely
Tell me that. Talk to me in 12 years.
Next generation. Right. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it'll be 12, 15 years before, and let's be real, that's another generation? So I'm not saying we got one more generation before it's no more consoles.
I won't be alive long enough to see the consoles be gone.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Like, my kids will be old people. And I really believe that as long as we live in a day and age where people want to plug and play, that's it. As long as there's still a plug and play need.
You can plug and play PCs at this point.
Yeah, but not really. Not like you can a console that sole purpose is to play a game. Because let's be honest, consoles are just pocket PCs that are.
You know what Xbox could do be is if they move out of the hardware game on their. You know how you can dual boot? You can put two systems into a PC. You can have like Mac and then or Linux. Yeah. You can. I could see them if they do move away from the console. They make like an Xbox profile or specific mode on people's PCs. If they don't want, like, if they do go into just PC making, which we all have a Windows product, we are all talking to each other on a Windows product.
Yep.
They can just have like a special mode. Here's a baseline PC. Spend this much money and that way, because they just want software. And if they can make a specific software for you to cater to you that gets you sucked into their ecosystem, that's all they need. Because we are all loving Game Pass. We are in the ecosystem.
Almost all. Nothing to do with nothing, but Hugger, your Canadian is showing.
Oh, what kind of Canadian, bud?
That accent has been hitting. Like, your Canadian is showing. Like, I just don't know. I didn't know if you wanted to like touch it in a little bit, or like you was cool with it.
No,
she was gonna invite us.
We let things out here.
Hugger,
we just let it out here, bud. Come on.
While I got you, is this a big Swaggy? See, I see you on the shorts feed. Is this a big deal? Is this the tip of the, if this is real, if Nick from Xbox Era is correct, is this the tip of the iceberg? Would Sony do more if Helldivers does ultimately land on Xbox?
I mean,
Hugger.
It's a start of a puddle, a ripple, like Pocahontas. You start the ripple, it gets bigger as it spreads out. It could be, or it could be not a ripple, but it'll definitely perk their ears up, because whether they like it or not, these things are going to make their way to consoles, platforms, whatever, especially PC. So it's better to get on the train than watch the train pass you by. Because, I mean, Bloodborne is technically running on PC now, even though it's less than 10 frames. People are still engineering it to run on PC without Sony. And that's got to be a terrifying thought. So I think they're just ready to hop on the train, and they're just going to slowly drip feed us things as they do. Because Asa said they are stubborn, headstrong, and it takes them a while to decide to do things.
So,
but you know what they do? They put out quality games.
Ooh, you shoot.
They do, baby.
Who
they
don't?
Do.
I'm very disrespectful.
Listen, I'm not saying the Xbox doesn't, but they're struggling. They're buying all these studios to put out hits.
We talked about it last week. It just sucks that they've already missed out on the Game of Quarter thing that's already up in the air now. It's already gone. First quarter's already out. But we get Hellblade 2 next month. I just listen. I'll say it again. I am not against certain games going cross games that make sense. Sea of Thieves, Grounded, multiplayer games. They make sense to me. Right? Multiplayer games, as they make sense because, as you know, multiplayer games survive off of people. The more people,
Halo?
Yeah.
Now, see, that's different.
Why?
Because it's flagship.
Let's continue.
Halo's an icon.
No.
Continue with this description.
No, that's. I hear you, right? And you trying to throw it back at me, saying, "Hey, gotcha." You might as well call me the hard R. No Stellar Blade. This not no Stellar Blade, right?
Yeah.
I got you. And some games make sense.
Give me H there, but
Sea of Thieves, Grounded,
Oh, dear, bud.
but Halo doesn't make sense to me
Mm.
because it's a flagship, right?
is it? It didn't even launch with the console.
It's still a flagship. Gears of War, flagship. Helldivers 2, not flagship. It makes sense. God of War doesn't make sense. I know people are going to say this is wrong of me because the other games were on the other console, but Fallout 6 doesn't make sense to me. It's a single player game. You use the single player games to get people in your console, in my opinion. The multiplayer games, you should be trying to make as much money as you can for as long as you can, because your multiplayer games are where you're going to have that reoccurring revenue and try to bring as much paper as you can. And I hear you, Baron. I see you smiling, you arrogant SOB. You know what? Put Halo on PlayStation. Is that what you want to hear? Fuck no. I mean, no. I don't want that because I think that's crossing the line.
Guys, I think he's mad.
That's crossing the line.
No.
That's like me
He's
like
not
saying
close.
that's like saying Mario Party needs to be on PlayStation and Xbox. No.
Hey, that would be a banger,
And-
though.
You know
Fam.
you don't hit the on button.
Mr. Fam, let my games go. Let it be on PlayStation.
No,
Not the
no,
Pharaoh quote.
I'm not breaking this down right now. I'm not diving into the irony of this scenario. I am not. I will not. We're gonna keep
Did
moving
you just
on, 'cause
Prince of
there's
Egypt my boy?
There's so many layers here.
Live service
There's
games
so many
and smaller
layers.
titles. Thank you, G's.
Oh, my
Live
God.
service
Oh,
games.
you mean like the battle
love it
pass
here.
that I have access to and the quarterly content from Halo?
Except Halo. There's a caveat. No Halo,
Halo's not going.
no Gears, no Forza.
But my skins and my battle pass, my life service.
This is why I mess with this group, right? Because leave it to Fame to take us on a trip, and then leave it to Johnny to pull a pin on a grenade in the car.
Yeah, we had to
Right?
move on from that point.
Yeah.
I am not.
No
going
Halo,
there, 'cause
no Gears.
So many levels to that.
No Forza. Those are the three multiplayer games that are off limits for PlayStation.
Mm.
If they
But
was to
Gears
give us
has-
like
Gears was originally slated for the PlayStation, and there's a playable
There's a-
build
yeah,
off
yeah,
of
there's a
Internet
PC
Archive.
build.
so was I don't know, something else. But
Halo was gonna be on the
They need to
back.
put that scale bound on there. That's what they need to do. Just put it on there.
Scale bound. Yeah.
Oh, we
that
got-
shout out to
Yeah.
Jay in the chat with the super
You
chat.
so
He
disrespectful,
says
okay?
PS fanboys were
You so
crying and were
disrespectful.
scared as hell because they thought Microsoft would make ABK games exclusive. The notion that
Yeah.
Xbox don't have games is comedy. Exclusives matter though, and to all platforms. Fact. Exclusives matter. I'm sorry
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
anyone ever tells you. Consoles should have exclusives. Exclusives matter. And to Jay's point, people were losing their mind, praying and hoping to God that COD, Overwatch, and all these games wouldn't be exclusive to Xbox.
Hey, you know what's funny? You know how you know exclusives matter? Because, well, it's funny because it's not exclusive. So this is, but when it was, Bannerlord 2, Mountain Blade, for those who don't,
Mhm.
I actually went and got a better PC to play
All of us did.
Mountain Blade Bannerlord 2. Yeah. Rip to the GOAT. No, I gotta play that game, but there's so many other. Nope.
But
Give it a go, man.
I need to go over to Asa for this last. I'm gonna give Asa the last word. Helldivers 2 on Xbox. Would this be a big deal?
It'd be a huge deal. And I think a good trade-off is put Redfall on PlayStation. Gotta save that game.
Listen, now that's fair because Redfall needs to be on every platform. So 7
It's true.
people, not 8 people.
You
can
know
play.
why?
Save
No,
it.
let's not. No, we're not gonna let him just say this. The reason he's saying this is
Redfall
because
can
the
go to
game was bad.
PlayStation.
Because it was bad. If Redfall hit Halo numbers and was doing great, he would be saying no because it's
No.
a flagship, it's a future flagship game.
No, listen.
Not you.
Redfall
No,
is
no,
good.
Asa, I'm not arguing with you. I'm not arguing with you, Asa. I
Okay,
believe in
okay.
you, Asa. But this man, this man.
Are
we
you
are
calling
not
me a
gonna let him get
liar?
away. Yes.
Yeah.
You said it, not him.
But I
agree,
said
though.
Sea of Thieves can go over there.
That's because you don't play Sea of Thieves.
That's because you think Sea of Thieves is. You heard it here first, people. Fame thinks Sea of Thieves is failing.
I think you're getting Johnny more and more mad because he just keeps getting redder and redder.
That's right. You gotta let that liberté video games.
I
You
said
wanna
it was
know
cool
what-
for. I said it was cool for Hi-Fi Rush,
You don't play Hi-Fi Rush.
but it's a good game.
Listen. Fame to bring it back to Helldivers 2. Do any of you play Fortnite like when it first came out, like back in the day? So when it first came out, I'm pretty sure it was PlayStation first, and then it came everywhere else. I could be wrong. I don't know. I thought that was the case, but anyways, still to this day, if you are playing Fortnite on PlayStation, you get like PlayStation exclusive cosmetics. Usually they suck, like they're okay, but it's still something that exists. So to my point, I think it's going to happen. It would be huge, but watch PlayStation do something a little extra special for people that are playing on PlayStation. Like, hey, if you play Helldivers 2 here, you're going to get da-da-da-da-da, you know, but if you play it everywhere else, you know, it'll still play.
They do that for pretty much every free multiplayer.
Do right in
game
these
on
polls.
PlayStation 2.
PlayStation can hold over Xbox's head that they have Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail.
Yep.
I don't know why Genshin isn't on Xbox yet.
And Onigiri.
Think so.
Isn't that food?
It's
I thought it was that one. I mean, it is, but there was like an MMO.
Hey, I'm fat, so
Where you play
I was
is-
like, that sounds like food. I thought that was food.
Nah, I got it.
And Pokemon, like they used to call
Oh,
them donuts,
goddamn.
and I thought that was hilarious.
I mean,
Did
we're
we ever talk about which Pokemon would be delicious?
oh
Did we ever
God,
go
no.
there?
Yes.
We can have
There's a
we
reason
can make a video and do that.
Let's
We can do that. Listen,
Oh yeah.
y'all better do right in these. Y'all better do right in these polls. Do right in these polls. Listen, we're gonna swing over to the last part, right? I want to talk about Xbox VR. Because the report has come out is that, you know, Xbox, of course, you know, they didn't go the VR route, which it seems like they made the right decision not making their own VR because the PSVR 2 is not doing very well in sales. Apple is even scaling back on their Vision Pro because no one's buying it, right? So for all this talk about Xbox needing to go into VR and they're wrong for not going into VR, it seemed like Phil Spencer was right when he said, hey, VR is just not there yet. It's not the thing that people just really just want. So what they're doing is they're partnering with Meta, and Meta is creating a Xbox themed Meta Quest 3 that's going to come with Game Pass, Xbox controller. It's going to look Xbox-ish. Asa, I want to get your thoughts on Xbox and going this route with VR instead of making their own VR headset.
Yeah, I think this is a very smart move because I think VR is there. As somebody who plays VR like regularly, I mean my Quest 2 is dead right now, but but there are amazing experiences and games on VR right now.
Nerd.
Nerd.
Like, Baron, you're my friend on there. Shut your mouth.
Oh,
Yeah.
Baron, go brain dance. Shush.
Let me pull up your game
My bad.
activity on
My
Quest.
bad.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
bad.
Put it down.
Nerd.
But the only reason that PlayStation's VR thing really tanked, and same thing with Apple's, that's a whole other thing. The price killed that. I think Apple would have done a lot better if the price wasn't as big as it was, because it's amazing technology. But like when it comes to PlayStation, it's the cord. Like Meta blew it out of the water when they said no more cords.
Yeah.
Like, and that hands down. And I'll tell you what, sometimes I'll take my Quest 2 and I'll plug it into my PC before it died, and I'll play the VR games that I have on Steam. Like I'll play Half-Life Alyx, I'll play any of the games that I got on there, but I have to use this egregious long 100-foot cord, and it sucks. Like I hate having this thing hanging down my back. And that's the thing with PlayStation, is you got the long cord for that. Then you got to put on the extra headset. There's a cord for that. Like there's just too many cords. And so Meta changed everything when they did that. So Xbox going this route, is huge because they're partnering with the person who's crushing the VR game right now. And man, you call me a nerd all day long, but I'm gonna tell you what, the games on there, like, yeah, I'm about to rant about how good VR is.
Hey, you got Demio? Because we might have to go play. Because
I do got Demio.
Okay, we'll talk.
I got Demio.
Go play.
I got the
put your
there's a
headset
Rainbow
on,
Six kind of game on there. Like, you got contractors. They added mod support now, so you don't got to plug into your PC to do mod support. So you're playing Blade and Sorcery, and you just want to have like 2 lightsabers, and you just want to kill a bunch of dark troopers, or you want to play Attack on Titan modded in Blade and Sorcery. I mean, like, bro, you want to play NFL Pro 2, where you are the quarterback, you're calling the plays, and it feels like you're on the field? Are you kidding me right now? Listen, VR is the way to go. Xbox is winning with this move because they need games.
Shout out to Jay on the OG feed to follow the super chat. He says Apple and PlayStation VR is, or should I say, were stellar cheeks. No pun intended. Full Diddy. He didn't say the full Diddy part. Shout out to Jay with the follow super chat supporting this stream. Listen, and again, I'm with Asa and I'm with Jay. Not saying that the PSVR 2 is bad. I just don't think it was, shall I say, y'all see this up here? That's the OG PSVR. You know, when it was taken out, when I was like, people came over, oh, y'all want to see VR? It's not a thing that people pop on their head and play every day. I don't think we're there for it to be like a viable thing that we just hop on all the time, right? In the PSVR 2, going to PC, it shows you that Sony realized that they made a mistake. It should have been on PC from day one. And where it really messed up is that it requires cords.
PS5, yeah,
and a PS5. It should have been a standalone headset like Meta.
Yep,
they would have sold.
That would have been way better. That would have been way better.
It should have been a standalone.
Damn cords, bro.
God. With I'm telling you, with the way some of these games are right now, VR is a check-in every day. It's doing your dailies. You just gotta find it.
I got my
man. Put that thing away.
Look, I got my cord. Hey, this is so I can play them games that you
can't
games
play
on
Steam.
Yeah, but listen, more and more are coming over to Quest. Like, they're starting to, like, that gap of games that are only on Steam, they're not on Quest. That's changing.
I want my zombies on Saints and Sanctuary to look like zombies. It's not.
Then get the Quest 3.
I'm broke. Look, why you got to do this? We live. Come on, y'all. Keep moving. Disrespectful.
Damn, B.
Listen, before we swing out of here, final thoughts. Hugs. Did Microsoft do right with the Meta Quest 3 being their workaround for not having VR like PlayStation?
Oh, 100%. Because don't forget, Xbox also developed one of the best. Their cameras they used to come with, the Xbox things, they were some of the best.
Everywhere.
And still, yeah, some of the best laser point cameras too. If you're doing grid technology, a bunch of stuff it can be used for. So they're already ahead in the game. Why would you spend more money developing stuff when you can partner with somebody, pump some money into them, and you get to use, like, you get to use their product and people will get to use your product at the same time. It's a win-win. But I also don't know the business motivations because I can see tons of money behind this.
D, what about you, brother? You, because I'm not gonna like. I have a Meta Quest 2 for my daughter. Because me and Baron are friends, and Baron's like the biggest Xbox I know. I'll support Xbox by buying me a Meta Quest 3 Xbox headset. What do you think about this, D?
I think it's dope. It's actually pretty kind of fire. I mean, all it really is like a Meta Quest with the Xbox brand slapped all over it. But it's
with Game Pass and the controller
at the same time. But who don't love that shit?
Game Pass is not on the Meta Quest 2, huh?
Yes,
who plays
it is.
video games and don't love that shit? So like special edition products that only 18 people have. And you just so happens 6 of those 18 people because you a big ass nerd. You know.
Now time out. I'm sorry, D, but Baron not gonna say you gonna catch me in the bed.
I was trying to ignore it so fiercely.
Chat.
Full Diddy.
Floundering.
You
Hey,
gonna
there's a
get
my
sleeping
draws.
game too.
I'm gonna be exploring the lands of Tamriel in my draws. With my,
Man.
my head
Yeah,
still
you're not
on.
making it sound better.
It's not. It's gonna get worse.
What you
See,
gonna
he
do?
going
You
hours
accidentally
now.
hit
He
your
do that
wife
at
and she
first.
beat your ass.
Those games are already there. You don't got to be in Tamriel. Let me tell you.
Oh,
What you gonna do when you accidentally hit your wife and she beat your ass?
that's why you got the little set. I got the two. I got the two. It give me the barriers. It let me know how far I can punch.
Yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
Johnny, you got the last word before we get up out of here.
I'm tired of y'all.
VR headsets are the future. We need to have 10 different ones for the interests of businesses, and I love all of gaming.
Wait, so you want 10 different VR headsets, but you want one console?
Yes, because
You're a
I'm not a
hypocrite.
huge fan of VR. I'm not a huge fan of VR. So
Tell him
the
to end that.
technology.
Tell him to end that poll so he can lose.
Hey, listen, we already know these polls. Are...
So
yeah,
listen,
and that poll, and that poll.
I seen
according to the
Baron and Asa
polls
playing that game.
that are about to end right now, both Shorts feed and OG feed both say that Baron is by far the biggest bot on the channel.
News.
Wait a second.
Wow, people really don't read, huh?
I am Baron J67. I appreciate y'all coming through and rocking. Listen, forget y'all.
Okay.
I don't. What do you say? I put this shoulder up, and I put this shoulder up, and then I drop them because I don't care.
Like people don't.
I don't
watch
care.
you. You know, people can see you on the internet, right? Like we see the things that you say on the internet. Like
I don't care.
with
Fair.
our eyes.
I've watched
we
15
see
minutes
you.
of fame.
I don't care.
Yeah, that is true.
Listen,
Yeah,
y'all know what
change
time it
your
is. It's
hood.
time to
You
get
know
some
we follow you on Twitter,
recommendations. It's time to get. I don't be on Twitter. It's time to get some recommendations. Thank you, Drake, for reminding me you're a real one. Thank you for supporting Level 1 Game and being a part of the team in the chat. We're gonna get suggestions to watch and or play for this week. Johnny, I'm gonna start with you. What's at the if you're in the chat, whether the OG chat or the source stream chat, drop what you're playing or watching or something we should be playing or watching. I will read those out. Johnny, I'm gonna start with you.
Okay, brand new game, 1.0 release just came out called Planet Crafter. It's like Subnautica, but on like Mars. It's really fun, but it's a bit of a grind. Bring friends to make it go faster. For TV show / movie, the season finale of Bad Batch comes out next week, and then Tales of the Empire starts a couple days later. So tune in for that.
Johnny said I'm getting in and out real fast. D, what you got this week, brother? All right, Hugs, what you got this week, sis?
Damn.
Oh, no, he back. D, what you got this week?
Damn. I was just trying to think of like what.
Oh, I thought you was stuck.
You thinking too slow.
You gotta think out loud, man. We didn't know where
Right,
he was at.
clearly.
Because your emo no, your Abby was moving, like the mouth was
Everything,
moving,
Yeah.
but nothing was
gone.
coming out. So I thought you was in the shadow realm. My fault.
Nah, but go out and play Striking Vipers. That's that game that I saw Baron and Asa playing.
I can't. I
Yeah.
can't.
If y'all don't know what that is,
I can't.
just Google it.
I can't. I
But
can't.
also, I'm not gonna lie, I finally found the time to finish Fallout, the show on Prime, and I dig it. It's very Fallout,
I have a
which
lot
is
to say
something
on
I didn't
Fallout.
expect. I know that sounds stupid, but I know y'all know what I mean. It's very Fallout. Yeah, like if that makes sense at all. I think those. And also, my most anticipated game is getting ready to release sometime, this year. That is Black Myth Wukong. So if you can stomach like
No,
really
again, that's not real.
old, like Shakespearean almost like dialogue, then just read Journey to the West. Why not? It's literally the world's first anime, if you ask me. The world's first manga, if you ask me. So and then I don't know, do some other nerd shit. Do the nerd shit that you like, but definitely do the first couple things that I said.
All right, and the OG feed. Short feed. Drop them. I'm going to read them out. OG feed. Bordy says X-Men 97 is the truth. But y'all know this. Fact X97 is all that in the bag of Big Lay's potato chips. The new episode, I believe, drops tomorrow. I hope so. I need my boy Gambit to come back to life. We know what's going to happen. We know Cable going to go back.
Bro.
Yeah.
You can't do that. God, this got horrible.
Well,
He said, y'all better
cover
be
your
caught
ears
up.
for that 10 seconds ago.
It's
No
too late.
worries.
You spoiled it for me.
God,
It is
fam.
really-
Right,
there's so much
bro.
more.
I was just getting to that part too.
This guy's trash.
Well, you shouldn't have called me a bot. Next up, Nisa says Dreamlight Valley is getting an update for next week. Check out Dreamlight Valley. Drake says go watch Silo and Three Body Problem. That show make me want to go read the books. And Dallas, I know you've been trying to read the books for a long time. I'm sorry. You didn't convince me, but Netflix did. But I still love you.
I love the
Looks
honesty.
I'm
You said, "I'ma keep it real with you.
Game
You
of
didn't do
Thrones
it for
books
me."
now.
Sorry. All right, hey, so what you got for the people to watch and or play this week?
All right. To watch, I'm gonna think out loud, so you don't cut me off. Man, you know, I can't think of anything new that isn't Fallout that I wasn't really rocking with, but I'm always trying to get people to watch Star Trek. So
Ain't
let's
nobody
keep it black.
watching no
Let's keep
Star
it good.
Trek.
Go watch Star Trek Deep Space
What's
Nine.
so great about
Come on,
Star Trek?
Wow.
Just- come on.
Ain't nobody watching that shit.
I'm just talking shit. I've seen a fair amount of Star Trek in my lifetime. I understand why people like it, but
Yeah.
but I haven't
All
seen
right.
it in a very long time. So
Sorry, go ahead, Ace. I apologize.
No, it's okay. It's okay. If you don't want to watch Star Trek, you know what you can watch. It still has Star Trek in it. You can go watch my Make It or Break It Helldivers 2 video on YouTube. It's got Star Trek in there. You can see, you know, where should Helldivers 2 go next, or who can do that game mode the best. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, for real. That's what I think for watching. I mean, because you already said Fallout, but as far as playing, if you're gonna play something on VR, which you should play Breachers. It's basically Rainbow Six Siege, but in VR, and it's done very, very well. Thane Baron, you're always welcome to squad up.
Do you have to have good knees?
No, you don't have to have good knees.
Do I need
I ain't
knees
got
like
no
Megan?
knees. Yeah, I
No,
don't got
dude.
Megan knees.
No, you don't need knees.
Okay, because what if I need
Just-
to duck? Like if they shooting?
Listen, just set up. Did you know you can set up your VR to be like, hey, I'm sitting in a chair, I'm not walking around?
Yeah, yes, believe me. You heard my bed spiel.
Yes, yeah. So set it up like that, and then you just duck in your seat. You know what I mean? You just duck in your seat.
Yeah, you about, I'm
I
about
got
to be
you.
doing a little kill.
You gonna be doing
And then the other thing that I would suggest that you go play is it just came out on PS Plus yesterday. Also sign up for PS Plus if you have it on PlayStation. And I always pronounce it wrong. It's Zayu.
Zao.
Zao. Okay, I thought it was Zao, and I was like,
Kinzera,
there's
yeah.
no way.
Tune into that
Yeah,
blackness a little bit more, my guy. So turn that blackness up a little bit more. And then you got it.
You turn that up, that part down.
All right, that's
Zao.
Zao.
Go play Zao. Yeah.
Okay, I need to buy that. I need to pick that up. That dropped today, didn't it?
I've got it. I just haven't had
wouldn't
time
bought
to
it.
play it yet, but I'm really excited to play it.
We didn't get the review copy. But Hugs, I'm gonna switch over to you, love.
Since you know we're in the age of gold in video game adaptations, go watch Last of Us as well because so good. Filmed a lot in my hometown. I recognize the buildings, I recognize the streets, and it's weird. It's
Okay.
very weird to see it,
Familiar.
especially the Kansas part. I'm like, ooh, I've been to that restaurant. Or if you're not in the mood for some video game adaptations, pick like an old horror series and go watch that. I just finished Hellraiser, all 11 of them. And they range from good to, hey, is that Superman? To god awful. And Henry Cavill is definitely in one of them. I can't remember which one. The names all suck. And to play, I've been playing Diablo. The new season is going to start in May. So, yeah. What I got? You got first fame?
And now we got Baron, you bot. What you got for this week?
Um,
I silenced. Silence
I
bears.
was-
The fact that
Right? I
Hellraiser
was
and
gonna say-
Diablo both ended up being OC, that's the most hugger ass shit ever.
Yeah, that you don't get more. Hungry. But no, I was gonna say like go pick up Tales of Kinzara and Zao. I believe it is Zao. Go pick that up. Go support. Probably not gonna play it anytime soon because I gotta rip off the plastic of this bad boy here.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Dragon's
you did it.
Dogma 2. I've been playing Unicorn Overlord. I'm almost to level 30. I just got to the point to where I can marry one of my companions. I don't know who's gonna get chosen off the roster yet. I got to see who the most loyal, who didn't kill the most people in the field. I'll definitely do a flavor of love style competition. See who can get the ring of the maiden. And that's for the Unicorn Overlord folks out there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But go watch X-Files. Please. Go
X-Files.
watch X-Files. I just
Star
watched an
Trek.
episode last night, and it was Ryan Reynolds as a kid. And, of course, he dies, like, in the first 5 minutes. But still, it is greatness. Go watch X-Files. The truth is out there. Yeah.
That it?
Yep, that's it.
For me, go play Eden Chronicles 100 Heroes. I'm actually getting ready to start that up. It's a game I've been anticipating for a very long time. I'll actually be streaming this weekend. Make sure you guys go check it out. For shows, Baby Reindeer on Netflix. Just Think Me Later.
It's traumatizing.
Very much so. It starts off and it's like, oh my god, this is the most funny, creepiest
Spoiler,
thing
hey,
ever.
come on, man.
I'm not spoiling nothing, bitch.
Again.
I'm just saying, it starts out funny, but then it really like dives in the more you watch, and it really gets to you. Like, and that ending gonna leave you like, holy crap, it's really good. So check out Baby Reindeer. We're gonna get up out of here. Listen, I've dropped Ace's Twitter link. I can't say this without making it sound ditty. Ace's Twitter link is in the chat. I'm gonna put it in the description down below. Make sure you guys go follow my man, support him, check out his YouTube channel and all that good stuff. We're gonna get up out of here. Make sure you guys check out LV1Gaming.com. If you enjoyed the stream, hit that like button. Helps out a whole bunch and it helps us grow. Subscribe if you have not. If you really want to support us, consider becoming a channel member, and you can make the Hugger Red Eyes Black Dragon emotes all you want, because that's my favorite emote now. It really is. Like, I love this emote with all my heart. I mean, Dez as Kentucky Fried Chicken is pretty cool too. But the Red Eyes Hugger Dragon is like the best thing of all time.
That's pretty bad.
We're going to get up out of here. With all that said, congratulations. You guys leveled up to 288. This was Double XP Podcast. See you guys next Wednesday. Maybe. Peace.
Saranghe.
Onions.
Onions.
Mouth being